Tell me that it's going away. Pretend. Tell me that you're going to change again. Tell me that your love is the same as then. Tell me that it's going to change. Florida man is in the yard yelling at birds again. Hammered on a Wednesday. Covenants and sentinels, cats, and I'm waiting for my color in her eyes to paralyze all my freedoms aside. All the time. Me inside my pride.
All right. Well, we're just gonna listen to the track,
Okay.
and we can either comment along the way, or we could pause it, talk about what. Maybe we should start with like what the track is about. What did you, from a writing perspective, maybe what you were trying to do.
I was trying to, when I wrote this song, I was in a very, I was really letting some of my lesser decisions get the best of me. And I recognized a pattern that
Keep talking.
I saw myself do back in like 2012, 2013 maybe. I was wilding, man. I was wilding out. I was partying. I was having too good a time on occasion. And you know, when you're wilding out, sometimes your ego gets the best of you. Sometimes you get the best of you. And that's what was happening to me back in 2013. And I lost a lot because of it. So when I wrote this song, the line, Florida man is in the yard yelling at birds again. I was in a band called Beggars Inc. in 2013, 2014, and we were kicking ass. We were out in Florida and we were doing a show, and they had put us up for a week at this band house, and like we played this big venue, and the side opens up and you can see the beach, and there's foam parties and hot girls and handsome dudes, and everybody's partying and have a good time. It's like this venue is where they hosted MTV Spring Break shit back in the day. So on top of the world, and I overdid it, man. I overdid it. Like day one, I overdid it, and I got there and I was partying. We stayed up. We did drinking games after we got back from the grocery store, so we could buy like food for the week and shit. And we all drove there. It was like five of us. We all drove there in a day. It was a very, very long drive. We got there, and then we started partying because we wanted to relax, man. We made it there. It was a long trip, and I overdid it. And there is AJ Santana in the yard at 7 a.m. Screaming at birds on a power line, you know, with the fucking bottle still in my hand. And my friends, this is what the way Justin tells it is that my friend Taylor, our friend Taylor, went and woke him up and was like, "Bro, I need your help. We gotta go get AJ. He's screaming at the top of his lungs at 8 a.m. You know, I need your help. We gotta go get him." And don't get me wrong, man. We crushed the show. Like it was incredible. It was one of the best times of my whole life. But being that burden to my friends, and that's what felt reminiscent about when I wrote this song. That's what I was reminiscing on when I wrote this song. Is that, like, you know, here I am again. God damn it, man! Like, get your shit together. What are you doing, bro? You know this thing, man. You've been doing it. You've done it. Like, you gotta find some balance now. You gotta find some balance. So when I wrote this song, it says, "Tell me that it's going to change. Pretend. Tell me that it's going away. Again. Tell me that your love is the same as then." That's a conversation between AJ and the Florida man, you know? Like, bro, enough is enough, man. You know? I think that everybody evolves at their own pace, you know, and I am no different than anyone else in that, you know, I learned by making mistakes, I learned by trying things, I learned by experience, and it took that lesson just took a long fucking time to learn, man, you know, and it's not a lesson that can be pinpointed to just partying, to just drinking. It's a lesson in consideration, you know, for the people that are around you, for the you that you want to be, for the way that you want to be seen and perceived. Like, you're just working against yourself if you can't. You're working in me particularly, and I say brand. When I say brand, I'm entirely aware that, like, I'm trying to build something, you know, and that is a brand, you know, and that brand I have to be a representative of that brand at all times, you know, to the best of my ability. And when you're partying like that, you know, it might have been, you know, semi-appropriate at the time, but I hurt a lot of feelings, man. I hurt a lot of feelings in those places. Not just in that one in particular, but, you know, in other instances where I was partying too hard and my ego got the best of me, or, you know, I just, you know, I'm loud, I'm aggressive, man. I'm fucking. I got a lot of energy that is always waiting to get out, you know, and when sometimes I'm in that place, it's the only thing that I can think of. It's the only thing that I can consider, you know. So, you know, the logic is simple, man. I'm a dick when I have the ability to be a very inconsiderate human being, you know. And this song was about me accepting, recognizing, and, you know, that was it. Has someone ever hurt you so bad, or maybe they didn't give you something that you wanted, and, you know, and you're just left hanging there and you need an explanation and you feel incomplete until you have that conversation? That's what this song was to me. It's that conversation with me. And, like, that's just that part, man. This whole song is heavy, honestly.
Right. I remember the first time you shared it with me, you kind of got emotional about it because you're like, and it was just the demo. I think it was just you playing it on a guitar, or maybe the band, like, doing a rough version of it, but it just was like, you're like, I don't even know if I can explain this very well because it just means so much to you.
It means so much, and I'm still figuring, and, like, you know, I write these lyrics and shit, man, and I write these songs, and I consider myself a poet. I love words. I love the power of communication. I love finding powerful words so you can powerfully communicate. Mm-hmm. And when I write, I reference a lot of different things because my writing is like my thoughts happen. You know what I mean? Like when I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about you and your shirt and your hair and this thing and the computer and what I look like on the camera, and like you're always considering a million different things, and there are a million different messages that you could convey at any one time, right? So when I write, I find that the music oftentimes gives me emotions that bring me back to a different place or a different experience, you know, and rather than fighting that, it's not randomness, because and that's why I don't fight, is because it's not randomness.
Mm.
These are related, and this is some chemistry brain thing that's happening where, you know, these sounds are triggering emotions, and it's healing for me. So when I sit down and write, you know, I write and paraphrase, and I every line could mean something different, man. Every line can mean something different and still hold, but the goal overall is to maintain a weight throughout the song.
Mm-hmm.
With my lyrics. Like, do I need to tell a story in chronological order? I don't feel connected to that need. But I do feel the need to say what I want to say in a less obvious and more impactful way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, and I like this track because basically the lyrics and the way that you wrote the song and then the way the song was produced, I feel like they really work together really nicely, because the production of it all and the way we did the music, I think, draws out that emotion. And I feel like constantly with the songs that I produce, it's the one thing that I'm trying to do more of, is like, how can we make this not overly emotional, but how can we really tell this story and draw them in musically so that it amplifies the story of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we did that. I feel like as the song develops, like first intro and verse, they kind of, in the first pre-chorus, kind of sets up things, and then we do come hard with the first chorus.
Mm-hmm.
But then we kind of bring it back down, and then when we get into verse 2, the chords change and things shift a little bit, and it's kind of like, oh, this is interesting, and like this is now like this part of the story. And then we go hard again in the chorus too, and then the bridge like really opens up into this real spacey kind of thing, and it just takes you on this journey that I think really kind of like draws in my ear, you know, to want to hear more.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's full of ear candy, for sure. Like, and just that, not like a, I mean, no, yeah, ear candy, man. We designed a lot of sonically pleasing.
And it is interesting when it comes to some of those things that are more subtle, which we're actually discussing releasing an acoustic version of the song, which might be cool, but you don't get a sense of some of that stuff until you mute. You get like the bigger elements, like the big drums and the guitars, but it all adds to something that's felt rather than heard.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And, so, all right, let's listen through, man, and just like talk and just respond to what we're hearing.
So, the verse 1 opens up, and the lyric is dinner at 7, push back to 8:30, inside the sound all day. And I kind of liked it better that way. Man, that is just like, that's been my life for like the last, I feel like 15 years or something, like, you know, the musician life, no, let me focus, man, let me do my work, because I had this thing, this big dream, and I can't even see it. I can't like see it, man, but like I know it's there. I know it's there, and it's just a matter of time before I get there. So that opening line is about me. It's another lesson, man. It's about priorities, you know, to me, and it's a sad line because I push off a lot of my personal time with friends and family, and because I'm trying to write music, I'm trying to record music, book shows, do the thing, you know. It's a guilty sacrifice.
For sure. Totally. All right, should we listen?
Mm-hmm.
Dinner at 7, pushed back to 8:30. Inside the sound all day. Kinda like it better that way.
I'm just feeling disconnected.
I kinda wanna be in that state. What a menace in the yard, yelling at birds again. Hammered on a Wednesday.
Just real quick, I just wanted to say, and we haven't talked about it yet, but like, man, the strumming pattern for the chorus is so sick.
Which strumming pattern? Yeah. On the acoustic.
On everything, like, but the acoustic. I just love how it's not obvious, man. Like, it's not. As a guitar player myself, like, that's not where my brain would have immediately taken me.
Oh,
You know,
sure, yeah.
y'all played it in not such an obvious way. I wrote this song and it was like four or five chords, like all the way through. Not complicated, which is the way I write a lot of my stuff. And I figured, you know, I do a lot of. This song has been simmering for, I don't know, probably 2 years now, around there, which is relatively not long. I usually take longer to get them in the studio. Anyway, yeah, I love that part, man. I love how y'all chunked it up and made it beefy, and it's like, and it's not what the verse was doing.
Yeah.
It's just like a bigger energy, and the pushes, I just like where the pushes are placed.
I don't know, and I think it was because Elliot on his first pass or something did a pause or something, but an interesting production thing here is like in the middle of chorus 1, there's a whole band pause for a split second. Like, here it is. And we don't do that in chorus 2. We don't do that in chorus 3. So it's an interesting. I don't know why that stuck, but it just was like. And then Justin did this, like, so you can hear like a tape stop effect, where it feels like it sounds like it's slowing down. And he's really good at that stuff. So, like, I don't know, it's just a real interesting moment there too. So
but cause secretly I wanted it in every chorus, but I was like, no, that's a little piece of candy that you only give them once.
Yeah, that is interesting. All right, let's go to so out of the chorus we go to back to the kind of the intro again, and then we'll go into verse 2.
Tell me that it's going away. Pretend. Tell me that you're going.
One thing about this is, like, it feels like things are chilling out for a second, but the acoustic guitar is continuing to drive in the background, and you hear it kind of pulsing through. Mm-hmm. So it lets you know that, like, we're still driving forward. Like, energy is still here, but we're shifting the dynamic a little bit. And we go to these chords, and then Elliot drops out for like 2 bars, and he comes back in.
We wanted this song to be so dynamic, like, especially this part. Like, well, this part in the bridge, I was like, man, we gotta go on a journey.
Elliot's shifting his beat, doing a different thing here.
I love your bass pattern on this.
Yeah, this is interesting because dude, that is crazy.
Love that, bro. It's it gives me like big like. Did you ever listen to Brand New?
Yeah. Bro, that
Brand
is
New
so crazy. Like, listen to this filter. Hold on a second. Here, I don't know why this filter's on there.
You didn't export it like that, so don't get nervous.
It didn't go to master
No.
like that? Oh my god. I was freaking out because I was like, no way do we just destroy the bass sound with this crazy filter.
No.
Okay, so what we're talking about is these chords here.
So good.
Tell me that it's going to change. For a medicine you're yelling at.
Second pre-chorus, but we're kind of picking up the energy.
Hammered on a Wednesday.
We considered so many ways to build this transition, but I was really pushy about keeping like a little bit of what I did in the scratch track.
Yeah,
here.
you were talking to us about being inspired by that band Manchester Orchestra,
Yeah.
and how on the live thing that you showed me, they have this really epic build-up on their song. And I do think if this was performed live in a band context, you could extend that out and make it a longer longer build. But yeah, things are just opening up here, and then Justin's doing a few interesting guitar things. And
Well,
then-
I think at one point we considered like not opening it back up. Like we just wanted to keep pushing forward with that energy.
Right.
But I love that we choke it out again right here because
And musically, it is interesting because the bass is doing, as the chords are changing with the guitar and the piano, the bass is just pedaling one note for about 8 measures, and then it starts moving. But that was totally Justin's idea.
that was my idea actually.
Oh, was it your idea?
Yeah, bro. Whatever.
No offense.
Yeah.
I'm a bass player, and I didn't even think
and it
about
was
that.
my idea.
Okay, so let's listen to it again.
Because I did a bass track for my track too.
I forgot because I think you were like, "Hey, let me play the bass." There was like one day where you actually sat down and like you were messing on the bass, and
I love your bass. I don't know shit about bass, but I've been next to a bunch of bass players before.
all you have to do is like move your head.
I feel it though. Feel it in my bones.
Tell me that it's going away.
I like that we rebuild it,
Yeah.
because it's not rebuilt the exact same, and like it's
Tell me
just
that
that.
it's going to change.
In particular, here we're doing like some really interesting reverb and different things on AJ's voice to make it different.
Tell me that it's going away. Pretend. Tell me that it's going to change.
So it's giving it like that real spacey kind of vibe.
Tell me that it's
Haunting.
going to
Haunting.
change again.
actually a new segment too. This whole part, from the change.
Yes.
That whole section is, we created that here.
Yeah, and it ends with all of your songs. My attempt is to get them to that point where like you're screaming, and people are like, "Yes, he's screaming again." So we kind of are getting
part
there.
of the brand. I think that's doing something weird.
Why is it foggy like that? Maybe the sun.
I think so. Just scoot it forward a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As the sun was hitting the lens.
All right. So yeah,
I think that's part of the brand. Sorry.
Yeah, no, your screaming is part of your brand. I always feel like we win if we get to that point where you're screaming.
And it feels natural. It can't feel forced. And I don't think we've released anything that does, feel forced. But
Yeah, so we're gonna have this epic build here, and then it will stop, and we do this massive, which I was concerned with because in the mix this is like crazy loud, but this just huge sub drop. Like if you look at the waveform, it goes like the whole song, and then it's like a big thing right there. And I was like, oh, that can't be right. But okay, so here it is in context. Nice dramatic ending there.
So Justin and I realized something when we were recording the lead work on this one, particularly in this very end part right here, and like it sits like an epiphany in the front of my mind ever since I realized that. I was like, oh my god. Which makes me super excited to work with him on Wearing Me Out.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we bring Justin into the studio, I promise I'm not throwing my man out of the bus. I love him to death. He doesn't practice the songs, but he does it intentfully. Like he intentionally says, no, I don't want to have any precognitive, direction. So that he can be as free as possible while he's here and consider all possible, and just do his best, And I realized on this song, when we were recording this end part, go back to just the outro.
That very last chorus?
Yeah. Solo his lead, or not solo it, but maybe kill the drum. So that he did it like 5 or 6 times during the recording session, and he didn't know he was doing it. It was only, and this is what I realized is like, and this is so cool about just another little nugget to put in our pocket to keep moving forward. Whenever I'm working with Justin, the way that we work is I let him do what he's gonna do, and then I tell him what he did.
Yeah, you recognize things that you like that he does, and then you say, hey, do that again, or...
And he's like, do what again? and then you have to tell him what he did. That's what I mean, is that, like, he's not even here, dog. Like, while he's playing, he's not here. He doesn't know what he's doing. But he is so in tune with the music. He's so free of this space that he's able to tap into what the music actually needs and wants, and what he can hear it doing. And yeah, he nailed this little outro riff, and
Yeah.
I was like, that's...
And you may have seen a video about his 7-string, but I really think the addition of these chunky 7-string guitars are just so powerful. That was the chorus.
Can you A and B one without it? Because he didn't do all the courses, did he?
Yeah, he did
Okay.
actually, because we felt like he did it on the last, and we felt like, wow, like it's missing it on the earlier courses. So yeah, if you mute it, it's like
JP Lee.
yeah, it's like so strong.
Big difference. Elliot Thirst killed his track on here as well. The drums are punchy and powerful, and exactly. That session was really interesting too. They're my bros, man. I love them to death. You know, the way that we communicate it's even that in itself is healing to me. You know, to be able to effortlessly communicate with somebody. Elliot's part on the bridge, I really loved it. I felt like it was, all of it is incredible and tasteful, and that's what I love the most about working with Elliot Thirsk, is that, he's pocket, man. He's pocket and appropriate, just all the time. Every time we work with him.
He's really cautious of overplaying.
Yeah.
And he kind of like doesn't want, you kind of have to push him a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing because, on records, particularly that we want to listen to for a long time, you got to be careful about overplaying.
Yeah.
You know.
And then on top of that, I can't stress enough, because I've played 1,000 stages with that guy, and I can't stress enough, like, he is a living, breathing, walking metronome. That man is made of time. Really, really love the work he did with this. I think the drums sound incredible. I love his bridge work, because it was back to that same experience. I think we were sitting there, and I beatboxed it to him, what I wanted him to do, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like this? Yeah, done. Check it in. Check the box."
Yeah, that was a great session. Yeah, so it was really kind of the combination of Elliot, Justin, myself. There's some programming elements in here, some weird sounds.
That's not me, by the way. That's Josh.
This is why we thought about releasing the acoustic track, because it's this. It's so cool.
Can I skip ahead to the chorus 2? This is why I want to do the or Florida Man Ford.
Oh, gotcha. With just the keys and the ambient stuff.
It's the acoustic guitars for me. That's so good, man. It's so tensive, bro. That little progression. It feels like something
I really
is
enjoyed
about to happen.
when I was recording that. I was like, I kind of feel like I'm rocking this.
It was crushed,
It's
yeah, you crushed it, bro.
It's like my dream, maybe as a bass player. You know, it's like, you know, the guitar players, they get the shine, they get to be in front, they get the cameras, they get everything, you know, all that cool stuff. And the bass player, he's just
They
like
get a
in the
smaller
back.
guitar.
Yeah, but like that, maybe that's my dream, is like to one day play electric guitar on stage, just play chords.
You'd have to join a band, you know, and the multiverses won't allow that.
The whole,
Hey, bringing it back.
the whole thing will explode.
Oh,
I love this song.
yes. Do a little wrap up.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out this song, you definitely should.
Yes.
And then also, AJ has a show coming up, which we want people to come out to enjoy this song live. Gonna play a lot of old songs.
We got 14 songs that we're rehearsing. We just had I just sat down with Jeremy Schwanke and Justin Pena yesterday, and we ran through everything, and man, it's gonna be so incredible. You do not want to miss this show. The elements are it's the you know, the instruments. I'm a sucker for them, you know. I mean, I hope you're coming to see me. I'm gonna play some guitar too. I hope the voice does it for you, and the lyrics and the singing and all that stuff. But if not, man, the instruments are gonna be incredible. I'm really hyped about that. Tickets are $5. All jokes aside, I would really appreciate your support. It would mean a lot to me, and it would mean a lot to my career to get some really good footage and a really great performance at this venue. Do-si Do, Breakfast and Barbecue, 7:30 to 10. Nope, 7:30 to 9. November 22.
Perfect. All right. Appreciate you working with me, and like it's been a cool. AJ and I have been working consistently for like 3 or 4 months now, I think. Where we're just
No,
like,
more than that, bro.
oh, has it been 5 or 6?
Yeah, we're on 6 or 7 actually.
Okay. Well, it's kind of cool that you just at some point were like, hey, I need to commit to funneling some budget towards my music and just like get in there every month. And we put out a song consistently, and it's just been really cool to see that like you do have to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys, they'll put out a song, come record, and they go missing for a year or something. And it's like you will never succeed if you don't keep taking steps, even if the majority, which is everybody, treats this as an investment.
Yeah.
Like it really is what you love. It's like a passion that you're putting time and energy into, money and all this kind of stuff into, that you will see a return eventually, and the music will open doors to you for you, you know. And so anyways, I just think that like kudos to you for like putting that energy in and being like, hey, I'm gonna commit to the consistency of it all. Like that is the key. Like,
yeah.
I mean, what would you say to that?
Consistency is the key, you know, and I appreciate that, man. I think it hasn't been easy.
I
You
mean,
know,
sometimes you're like,
there's
I
a
don't really
reason.
feel like probably coming, you know, like I don't really have the energy to, but it's like,
It's the most important thing to me, man. It's the most important thing to me. Like every day when I wake up, I think, what can I do to make my musical career better? How do I, you know, advance my originals? How do I keep writing more originals that, you know, I can't stop listening to? You know, how do I get this in front of the right people? Where do I spend my money at? You know, what's the best investment? This and that, and like, and believe it or not, man, like I got people who tell me, you know, hey man, some things are just supposed to be hobbies, you know, and I'm like, you know, it's not. I am overwhelmed all the time by the amount of positivity and support that I receive from people by just saying, you know, man, you know, and no, I'm not talking down on my venues by any means, because I love all the places that I work for, but a lot of times what people say is they go, hey man, I can't believe you're here. I'm like, I can't believe I get to see you like here. Like, why aren't you over, you know, on this big ass stage or this big ass stage or this big ass stage? So it's like a lot of overwhelming support, you know, in that regard. but it's hard, dude. It's the hardest fucking thing I've ever done, man. To stay consistent is not easy, and it requires sacrifice, and it requires just, priorities. And I appreciate you saying that. I feel like I'm in a place now where I can't be stopped, because this is the only thing that really matters to me, dog. Like I got my pets, but outside of my pets, and my music, that's it, bro. I'm here for those two things. Those are the two most important things to me, and I'll do anything I can to be here.
You said you
in
would,
this room, so that we cut enough music to feel like just one day I'm going to feel like I've done it, man, and I'm not there yet,
I'm laughing because you told me on the phone, you said, I'm pulling little kids' teeth out over here to pay you. I'm like, dude. First of all, I was like, don't harm any children to keep recording music, bro.
It was relevant to something that was happening. Did you tell me something about going to the dentist? Somebody had told me something about going to the dentist, or
I was like,
oh no, I had watched The Fall of the House of Usher. And it was it had just finished out that scene to where this dude's pulling out this woman's teeth. I was like, there's no way. Because we were talking about a payment that I might have missed. I was like, there's no way.
I was laughing in my head because I'm like, I can just envision you trying to take teeth out.
Dude, I need a dollar, little kid. Come on, man.
So we don't condone that or approve that, but
no. But Fall of House of Usher is really good though. It's dark. No teeth pulling though. I appreciate you saying something. I appreciate my audience as well a lot. It's a lot of DM communication. Mm-hmm. My audience hits me up in my DMs. They'll send me a direct message and they're like, hey man, I really love what you're doing. I really love this song. I've been jamming it. I shared it with my friend. I shared it with my son. I shared it with so-and-so. Or, and I appreciate those messages so much. I would also appreciate if you share the link. Share the link! Share the link for you, bro! I love you very much.
Dude, great song. I can't, think a lot of times I'll put out a song and I'm like, man, I kind of wish I did this maybe slightly different or whatever. The last few songs that we put out, Be True and My Pride, I really can't think of things that I would have done differently, or I listen back and not be 100% pumped about what we did. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a huge just acknowledgement to
us as a team, bro. We're getting better at working together, man. I was talking to somebody about this the other day because, I was talking to Jeremy because we were talking about the progression of music from Dear Darla to what we're doing now. And I realized that now it's we know our ears are just smarter now. Right, you know what I mean? Right. We know what we're looking for. We know sonically where it resides. And it's just kind of digging through some stuff to find, that's the sound. That's the one I wanted.
Right.
So proud of our work, man. So proud of even the listening to it in chronological order, man. That's a journey worth taking, man. That's a trip worth taking. Yeah.
All right. Session closed. It's a wrap.
We did it again.
Or bro. That was fun. There'd be so many little stories.
What was that thing? I think it was The Fall of the House of Usher.
Don't take it.
soul.